cold and bleak and you just can't take it anymore. Here it comes, that glimmer of hope. A light shines through the door. It's the hopeless show with Aaron and Rohit. Whoa. It's the hopeless show with Aaron and Rohit. Whoa.
We're back. We're not at the Laugh Factory this time. We're back in studio. Rohit, it's good to see you.
Wow.
How are you?
You know, now that we got over the 200 hump, Aaron, I feel it's been a lot of pressure off of our shoulders. I don't have to wake up in a cold sweat thinking, man, will we make it to 200? Will my future generations know that, you know, our great-great-grandpa, he never made it to the 200th episode of his podcast, but now that we did, I feel okay.
We're there, and this is actually 202 because last week we had David Fuhrer, and if you haven't listened to that yet, please go do it because he is so interesting. Again, he's the dude who invented the Nerf Turbo Football, the Aquadoodle, a guitar for Guitar Hero. He also was on Tonight Show and David Letterman and Ellen and all those shows. He talks backwards, and he runs the Laugh Factory. All the Laugh Factories. So he just has so many stories, and I learned a lot from him. He's one of those like never fit into the system, think differently guy, and I just think it's cool when people talk like that and we get to hear their stories.
Yeah, one of the big things I learned from that episode, Aaron, was the Laugh Factory is not an actual factory. It's a comedy club.
Wait, I still didn't realize that.
Yeah, isn't that insane? And it's like,
I didn't know that.
And this is like all the propaganda we're always being fed. Like nothing that we know is accurate.
No, and we're going to actually get to something that's like, should I just do it now?
No,
I was going to wait for later.
Let's save it.
Should we save it?
Yes.
All right.
Let's save it.
Yeah. Cause that's going to be, where is that? I'm trying to find where it is, but we'll save that one.
Okay.
Actually, okay, we'll do it soon. So, but first, I got to say something really exciting. The San Francisco, Rohit, you know they have something. So they had Outside Lands, right? They have a big music festival. They have tons of music, tons of culture there. Rohit, so have you ever heard of the Stern Grove Festival in San Francisco?
I'm assuming it has to do with Howard Stern and Grover Cleveland.
I thought you were going to say Grover from the Muppets, but
fuck
Grover Cleveland.
Okay.
Grover Cleveland is also wrong. It's a festival in San Francisco that's put on some people. It's a nonprofit and it's put on for free. You register, you get tickets, you go. It's got to have 10 or 20,000 people. And it's in a grove. It's actually in a tree grove, a pine grove or something like that. One of those trees. And
a mangrove?
A mangrove. Every week you can manscape the grove. Every week they have different artists throughout the summer. And I happened to be there then and was invited. And this one I went to had Public Enemy, the classic hip hop group with Flavor Flav and Chuck D. And then they have other ones. They've had like Major Lazer and they had Al Green. So they have all these different people come for free. They don't even have, get any ideas, any listeners. They don't even have metal detectors. You just show your thing, you get a bracelet, and you go in.
You bring as many guns as you want.
And that's what's so cool, and it shows a lot about society. There weren't any guns. There weren't any violence. There was no violence. There were no fights. Everyone was just happy to be there. And it made me think, man, we need more of this. We need more free music where rich people could sponsor it and you can come together because it felt so San Francisco. It felt so happy. You had people of all socioeconomic backgrounds there together. And Flavor Flav was there, which was cool. And since I'm buddies with him, we got to go back there afterwards. And he was saying hi to all these different people. Oh, and then I did one stupid thing. Can you guess?
Did you eat a cookie off of someone else's plate?
Oh, the Rob Lowe effect?
Yeah.
You have to go back for that story to a different episode.
Like episode 4. Yeah.
Yeah, episode probably 4. No, but close. So Flavor Flav sponsored, we talked about it on this show, he sponsored women's athletes and Women's Olympics, and he had all the women who didn't want to go to the White House come to Vegas to his Flavor Flav congratulations event. So I'm back there talking to him, and this woman comes up to him, and she has a gold medal. And he grabbed it, and then I just grab it from him because I don't think it's real. I didn't even realize that she was an Olympian. So I just grabbed the medal, and I start playing with it. And then it was really heavy and thick, and I'm like, wait, is this real? And wait, is she an Olympian? Did she won this? And then I was really embarrassed, and I just shut up, and I handed her back her gold medal because I just didn't know what to say. And I looked her up. I don't even want to say her name.
Is it Florence Griffith Joyner?
Sort of. It was. She's won lots of gold medals. This isn't even her only one. She's won lots for water polo. So I felt incredibly stupid, but I did learn one thing. The gold medal, when you win it, is huge. It's not like the ones when you were in elementary school and they'd have Olympics or something and you'd get, or a camp and you'd get a little plastic one. It's not like that. It is it's probably almost an inch thick, and it's so heavy. Did you know that?
I always wondered if it's pure gold, or if it's just gold plated or what, but that's,
I think it's pure.
That's insane. That's a lot of ice to be rocking around your neck at a festival.
It was very, and then this random dude just grabs it from her.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
I should have run and they didn't even have metal detectors. That's how she got it in.
Yeah.
No metal detectors.
Yeah. I think, it's, you and I got to be careful of not setting our own people back by accident with our antics. So, people are so quick to judge these days. But
I know. They could have just arrested me right there, but luckily they didn't. So free music, do it more cities, let people in, let people enjoy community together.
I like it. Free's great and music's great. Speaking of, so you were at Outside Lands a couple weeks ago. You had a great time. On this tomorrow, and you speak about not bringing guns in. I'm going to Just Like Heaven Festival in Pasadena, and Aaron, you and I have gone before. Yep. They have a new rule, Aaron, this year. They have a new bag rule that you can't bring in a backpack anymore unless it's clear and 12 by 6 by 12. I ordered one. Want to see what it looks like?
Yeah.
This is how big the backpack can be. Okay.
Yeah.
Next to me, I tried it on. It looks like, if you're a Star Wars fan, stormtroopers have this module on the back of between their shoulder blades.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It looks like that. The straps, it looks insane. So I'm not bringing a backpack because that is absolute horse shit.
So what are you going to do?
I'm going to throw my shit. I'm going to throw my stuff in a locker. And with my water, I'll just clip it to my teats or something. I don't know.
So why is it this way? Where one festival has to have all these rules like that, and another one there's no metal detectors?
That's a good question. Apparently, why? Apparently this year, Rose Bowl, because it's on the Rose Bowl premises, Rose Bowl is enforcing their in-stadium rules for their outside, even though it's over the golf course. They're making them follow the same rules as you would for in-stadium because I guess they're using the same security.
It just makes me think, Rohit, that a lot of these systems that are in place for security don't really do much one way or another.
No.
And it's more of a psychological thing.
100%.
Because this other one, they could have had rules. They had no rules.
Yeah. It's the equivalent.
And people were actually happier because there's less stress. Excuse me. There's less stress.
It's like when you go to Costco and you still got to wait in line for that person to take your receipt, glance at your bag, but not even really look at it and be like, oh, okay, yeah. And then they swipe it with a highlighter. You're like, you didn't look at shit, dog.
They don't. It's like these things are in place so that we follow some order when in reality, we could do it a lot better than they give us credit for. And this Stern Festival was more organized and more orderly, and people were kinder than any other festival I've been to.
Well, good job, Howard.
Howard. Stern.
Yeah.
I actually don't know why it's called the Stern Grove Festival, but there's a grove.
Yeah.
And someone named Stern. All right, so should we move to topic 1?
Yeah, it is time. Security? It is time.
All right. Well, should I do you want my rant about Lexus first or this?
Start with Lexus.
All right. Lexus. I have a message for you, Lexus. Screw yourself. Here's why. And this is why these systems drive me insane. And on this show, we're going to solve them. And the reason I'm going to tell this story is because just like me, just like you, Rohit, we don't need to follow these systems just because they're in place. So here's what happened. About 4 months ago, I got hit by a postal truck in my Lexus. I was going straight. They pulled out without looking. If you know how a postal truck works, on the right, they actually drive on the right side, not the left side, which is weird. And so this woman pulled out, didn't mean to, but sideswiped me. It was crazy. Those things are hard. It was like driving into a wall. So my car got somewhat totaled, but not fully totaled. Then you go through this process where Lexus has all these things in place when you're leasing a Lexus like I am, where you have to go through their system and through insurance in order to get your car back. So I went to the Lexus dealership. They had it towed, because I couldn't really drive, to an auto body shop that's verified by Lexus.
Okay.
Where the worker at the auto body shop, who has since quit, actually worked with Lexus and the auto body shop. So they're in business together. And then that auto body shop has to get the parts that are Lexus certified or Lexus owned in order to redo the car.
Sure.
And then, which is all bullshit. And then they have a rental car at the Lexus where you have to rent through insurance. So the insurance gives you $40 a month.
A month or a week?
A day.
A day, okay.
A day. So the insurance, it gives you $40 a day for a rental car. And then the Lexus person says, well, you got to rent from us and it'll be that price. So I've since had a black Camry, which I've actually enjoyed. So then they said, and don't worry, in 30 days we'll be done. They knew it wasn't going to be done. It's been 4 months. I still don't have my car. I still have the rental car. Then, ready for this? My lease was up in May, and I told them, I don't know what I'm going to do because the car just got damaged. So, but the car can be in the shop. I found out recently that for the last 4 months, they lied to me, and they have been charging me for my lease for a car I didn't agree to lease anymore, and I don't even have. Because of that, my credit score went down. And I have had this rental car for 4 months, having to pay for it myself because I got hit by the state, a federal car, a state car, and that hasn't been fixed yet. So I had to go to the doctors and do all this stuff. So here's what's happened from that accident so far. Lexus, with the auto body shop, the rental, their parts, has made more money, I realized, probably $30,000 to $40,000 than that car would have cost to just buy.
What the dude? Because 30 days.
So they're making money, but then they're still going to own the car. Let me just finish. They're going to still own the car. They're getting money for the parts. They're in cahoots with the auto body shop. They're in cahoots with the rental car company. The insurance makes money. And the person who simply got sideswiped by a car loses. So then yesterday I called the Lexus Keys and I said, guys, when I bought the car, or when I leased it, when I came in to get help for all this stuff, you guys were so nice. And since then, you've just been ripping me off. And then the guy was like, oh, I don't know. And I said, no, this is true. Keys Lexus, by the way, calling them out on Van Nuys. They are ripping me off. And I'm not the only one. You know when a car is like this, that the parts thing's going to happen, that the rental car thing's going to happen, that it's going to be months. They know this. They're lying to me. And they're lying to every customer that they have because they know you're just going to get frustrated, stuck in the system, and pay the money. I am not paying the money. I have yet to pay for the lease. I will not pay for the lease. I have yet to pay for the rental car. I will not pay for the rental car. And my whole goal with this, and I'm going to put this clip out there too, is that these people get called on their bullshit because they use people like me who don't know what's going on when they know exactly what's going on, Keys Lexus and Lexus in general, and they know they're going to do this system where they're basically just paying themselves. And then someone like me doesn't have a car for 4 months and is paying out of pocket for multiple things.
And dude,
it is ridiculous, and I demand that this system stop being that way because this is just like a microcosm of all these systems, the health system, the car system, big corporate system, corporate capitalism, all the BS that we have to deal with. That's just a fraud,
dude. And the fact is that you're paying $1,200 a month to lease to rent a Camry. You could have been leasing a BMW 7 Series for the same price, or like an M5.
But they lie to you. They lie and say it's all going to work out good.
Dude,
they know that the parts aren't coming.
4 months. How bad was the damage?
It doesn't matter. They kept saying, I get emails like updates where it said, this part wasn't here. We have to get this specific part. The insurance looked at, the Lexus said, oh no, we need this part. They literally are just making money. They're feeding each other money. Then the parts get ordered. Then they're wrong. Then they get a new part. Then Lexus gets paid. Then the auto body shop gets paid. It's everyone making money off of one accident. And then the people who get screwed are the people.
Yeah. What about,
and these things are cons. They're frauds. They're cons. Big corp America, capitalistic America is a con, and I will stick to it. It is all BS. And this is a perfect example of the BS. And so if you're listening to this, don't pay. Argue against it. Put your stories out there. And the more stories that get out there like this, the more these people have to be accountable for their actions.
Have you talked to any lawyers about this?
Yeah, I have. That'll happen too. I just don't want to talk about that much.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Because that would be, it seems like a pretty open and shut, juicy case for,
Well, you would think that. And having been through a lawsuit before for getting hit by a different car, you would think, a lawsuit. We hear about big people doing this all the time. It's just so easy. No, it isn't. That's like a 3 or 4 year system when you get hit. And it takes that long in order for you to get paid, if you get paid, because it's another system where then you're stuck in it. And the stress that you go through when you're in a lawsuit is almost worse for your health than the money you'll get, because it is so stressful. You have to go to all these doctors. You have to do all this stuff because then they all make more money. We live in this system, Rohit. And the hope to me is we should talk about this more. Don't be scared of the system. Talk about it. Be loud about it. Make them shut you up. And they won't. They can't. Because we do have free speech. We do have free will. Even though we say we have freedom in this country and it's lied to, we don't really have freedom. But we can try to get more of it.
So I'm guessing you might not be going back to Lexus for your next car.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, I'm looking forward to not having a car at all. Wow. I think the car world is going to be slowly changing because of automatic and safety. Yeah. And I know you love your car, but it is going to change. I hate to break it to you. And, in a good way, because it'll make people not die in car accidents.
Yeah, we should also ban knives while we're at it.
I mean, you say these silly things, but you're just.
We should ban swimming too.
You're just wrong.
No, we should, because more people die in swimming and more people die with knives than they do in cars. We should definitely ban all three though.
No, and not ban, change. Yeah. Auto body shops won't be necessary because there's going to be sensors on a car, just like a Waymo, so you don't get into accidents. So you can self-drive your car. If you want to get behind the wheel because you like playing a little video game, sure, do it. But it's going to change. Just like people, you know how mad people were when seatbelts were invented? Yeah. And now, guess what? Everyone wears a seatbelt. But they were furious. They were like, how dare you put this on me? Yeah. But Rohit, you'll come around.
I will continue driving my manual transmission 14 mile a gallon car until the state rips out of my cold, dead hands. So
you're what you are, Rohit, what I've learned on this show is you're a little bit scared of change.
No, I'm principled. I am fucking principled. Yeah.
Well, give me, do you feel hope though about like taking it to the man and just making the story get out there? I'm going to put it on TikTok, Instagram.
I think that to me, when bad behavior is exposed, I always love it, you know? And I think like, maybe this is the find out stage for Keys Lexus.
And just Lexus. I mean, I think the whole corporation does this too. Because then when I called, then the guy said, well, you have to talk to Lexus Financial. And I said, go fuck. Like, no, I'm not now calling Lexus Financial. I didn't have to go to Lexus Financial when I got the car and you got the money from me. I didn't have to go to Lexus Financial when you took the car to the auto body shop and made me get a rental car. But now I have to go to Lexus Financial? Go screw yourself, Lexus.
Well, you know what? It's Lexus lost, but I got a good BMW guy if you want one.
It's going to take a lot to convince me to go to any of these. I mean, I'm anti most big corp in general, so I think it's all a fraud.
Good luck finding the handmade automotive vehicle that you can drive around town.
I don't drive that much anymore.
Yeah.
Like
honestly, you should probably just buy used to not give one of these car companies money. And,
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't even know because I take Waymo so much and Uber. I don't, to me, driving is, I like actually not and sitting in the car and either getting stuff done, listening to music, so on. So driving doesn't do a ton to me. Sometimes it's fun, but it's not, it's like more of a novelty thing.
I mean, that's not a bad thing, man.
It's just like, it's kind of a waste of time.
So
you can do other things.
So Waymo for Aaron.
I love Waymo. That thing is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
So one sec, pause real quick. I just need water.
Yep.
And then I'll do the other part. And that's my rant, which I am going to put online. And I am going to tag Lexus. And I am going to try to fuck with them. And I'm not paying shit. So here's part B of my topic, which kind of relates. So we talked last week or a couple weeks ago about the Fast and the Furious roller coaster at Universal, which I did. It's amazing. It's so cool. And I love theme park stuff. And so we've talked about that on the show before. So it's just like an innovative, amazing new thing. So there's a reporter, and I've actually been on her show. She's on Fox, named Amanda Salas. Mm-hmm. So she got to go do the roller coaster and did a report on Fox about it, saying how cool it was, how she rode in the front. And then she said something. So I was watching the little clip. And then she said something. She goes, and I was riding in the front. And she said, I did it twice. I did this ride twice. And she's a very nice person, by the way. Amanda's very great. She said, I did it twice. And then the second time I really realized, because not only does your car spin around, but then the whole train goes backwards. And I stopped for a sec. And I said, wait a second. I did this ride. The train does not go backwards. The cars go backwards, so they turn around, but the train is always going forwards. Mm-hmm. It never switches. It's called a switch. Mm-hmm. It never switches where all of a sudden, because then she said, and the best thing about the front car is the front car then becomes the back car. And this is on Fox LA. And I was like, that's not true. That's a completely false thing. So I wrote to her this on Instagram. I said, I wrote it. Quick correction, Amanda. When you're in the front car, you're still in the front when the car swivel turns backwards. It doesn't magically jump to the back. Just a little intel. Ha ha ha. She wrote me right away. No. When it pulls you backwards after the switch, you're technically the last car for the moment and you really feel it, that pull. And then I said, well, and I triple checked online. I said, well, there is no switch on this one. Maybe it feels like it. The Mummy, which is another roller coaster at Universal, has a switch. But this one doesn't. And then I wrote, we all love roller coasters, and this one is amazing. And then she wrote, we are just going to have to agree to disagree, my friend. I'm going based on my tummy. And then I said, well, that we can agree on. Both our tummies were everywhere on this one. Mm-hmm. And Rohit, this ties into this other thing. So this is a report lots of people watched, maybe millions, who know, however many people watched this stuff. They're seeing a reporter give us supposedly a factual account of a roller coaster with a very basic piece of the roller coaster being totally wrong, and then her not being willing to say, wait, this basic thing that I said about this roller coaster is not true. And she wouldn't do it. She just simply said, we're going to have to agree to disagree on a fact. It's like saying, you know, I went to New York and I really loved seeing the Eiffel Tower. And then me saying, well, you know, actually the Eiffel Tower, not in New York, it's in France. Maybe you'd want to correct it. And they're like, no, I saw the Eiffel Tower in New York. And then me say, well, you know, really, it's not actually in New York. Ha 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 ha. You know, XOXO, laugh, laugh. And then just saying, no, it's in New York.
That is, yeah. I mean, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that. Do you remember that time? I think it was during a flood. I think it was Hurricane Florence. So there was like Anderson Cooper on CNN was doing a report. He's up to his waist. He's like, the flooding is all crazy. And then like someone showed a zoomed out angle and it was just 10 feet behind. All his cameramen were just standing like up to their ankles in water.
Really?
Yeah. Or there was like another, I don't remember what news station. It was one reporter's like, here we are. We're going to type in, going on location over to you. And they're talking to the other person and the other person's just like 10 feet over to the right. But they just made sure to different angles in the background. Like, it's just...
Though they kind of make fun of that in Anchorman.
Yes, they do. They do. Yeah, the news is a fucking joke.
It's all a joke. And like, you know, we've talked here about now Lexus. We've talked about DC being a joke. We've talked now about a roller coaster report being a joke. A lot of these things that we hear, if you don't see it with your own two eyes, triple, quadruple check, because these systems, these things, the president's like the most famous for it. I mean, he just says things and they're supposedly true and they're just blatantly not. But like this, you would think a person would say, oh my goodness, I checked and the roller coaster actually doesn't go backwards. Oh yeah, I'll update my report. But no.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Well, Rohit, should we go to some Totalitarian Tuesday, MAGA Monday? I think you have one first, and then I can jump in.
Yeah, Aaron. So, I like to follow our political officials, on the socials. And there was one tweet that came from Mayor Karen Bass this past week that set the internet ablaze, even went outside of LA. And this was her tweet. When you donate to our campaign, the city can match your donation 6-1. If you donate $5, the city turns it to $35. Our campaign is powered by you. Click the link on the bio to make the matching donation today. And she's got a whole video with it.
Yeah, this sounds just like the Trump emails I read.
Bro, apparently,
it's the same thing.
Apparently, our local tax dollars go to politicians to fund their campaigns. And this was something that was passed in 1992. Okay, there was a law in Los Angeles. There was a bill that was passed. It was a campaign sort of funding bill where they're allowed to pull from taxpayer dollars to run their mayoral and other candidacy positions. Okay.
Yeah, but I knew all this. Like,
that is insane. And then in committee, not to a public vote, in committee, they decided it should be 6-1. It was like a decade later or so.
Wait, why are you? I'm surprised coming from you. What, like Trump goes on MAGA rallies all the time. We fund it. We fund all of his rallies.
Those come from his donors. We don't.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Rohit, when he flies, Secret Service, the plane, all the stuff, when he goes and gives a speech all the time, every week, we fund it. Every single time. We fund it. The Great American Fair thing.
But presidents give speeches. Like that's different than
it's the campaign. Oh, wait, you're saying that his MAGA rally, his speeches where he goes and talks in Iowa to people about nothing. Dude, you're saying that that's not a campaign rally?
Every president has flown to different places and given talks.
No. And every mayor, this is, Rohit,
Aaron,
this is no different than anyone. No, it isn't.
This is completely different, Aaron. This is very different. You cannot equate these two.
Are you kidding me? This is the same thing.
Let me finish. No, one is doing duties of travel under the office that you already have. That's one bucket. Okay.
I can't believe you're falling for this.
Dude, the other is while you are running for an office.
No, dude. 2 days ago, Trump flew somewhere, gave a speech to his supporters with the Trump signs that we fund. Of it.
Did Biden do that?
Of course. And Bass does it. They all do it. We fund all this. We fund the whole thing.
Biden was acting as president. Trump is acting as president. And yes, they have their fans. And then they speak to supporters. Aaron.
No, he's not. He does a rally to tell people who to vote for. It's the same thing. They all do it. If you're going to lump one in, they all do it. Karen Bass is no different than the other people.
This is literally, there's very few other places that allow taxpayer money to pay for campaign elections.
I can't believe you're fooled by this. They're all the same thing. And whether they say it's for this or that, they all do it.
Also,
every one of them. John Ossoff right now, he is getting taxpayer money. And I like the guy. He is getting taxpayer money to go around and give speeches that are quote unquote because he's already senator in Georgia. But he, and so is who name the other Republican politician, they all do it. They all do it all the time. Half of their job, half of their job when they're in office is campaigning to win the next election.
I don't disagree with that.
So then we're paying for it.
But those are under the guise of actually like meeting with constituents, and that's
they're not.
But I know they're not. But at least that's a different line item, Aaron.
Karen Bass, John Ossoff, Donald Trump.
Aaron,
they're all the same.
This is not from her mayoral budget. This is from a budget that comes from people to help these vultures get elected, which means Nithya Raman also is able to pull from this. Anybody running from office can
every city, Republican, Democrat. Well, the next thing I'm going to do is this because you're trying to make it one.
I'm really not. I'm making it about LA. I'm making it about LA.
Every city, they all do it. It's the same shit.
Every city does not do this.
Or they have a fund that they call some fund that's a different name, and then they do it. You don't think we fund these politicians to make money and to run and to campaign?
I know we indirectly fund these politicians.
So if anything, at least they're saying it.
We do indirectly fund these politicians through fake NGOs, which steal money and they filter it back to like all these NGOs are fucking bullshit.
I like this more. So I have hope.
So that's actually more because I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to agree with you.
Honest.
I'm going to agree
with
you.
Saying it.
And I'm actually going to agree with you there. I do think it is better that these scumbags are actually being forthcoming with it. I still think every single one should be in prison.
I'm going to get to sign for you for that.
Yeah. So, but this is just, it's impossible, Aaron, an impossible task, right? You can't divide by zero. You can't defy gravity. Okay. And you can't hate politicians enough.
I mean, as we've talked about, I think there's some local ones that are doing good things.
You can't hate your government enough, but yeah.
Overall, I mean, look, I'm not against you, as we've talked about. If you go to listen to our Washington, D.C. episode, I am not against you that a lot of the government is puppeteering us. Just like, in my opinion, government is no different than big corp. It's all the same.
Well, big corp is actually out to make profits. Government pretends it's for the people, but they make profits. One is forthcoming with it, and one is literally driven by providing a service. The government takes your money, they steal it. You go to jail if you don't give the government money, and they fake and they don't give you the services that you're paying for. Whereas at least with businesses, you are exchanging money for goods, and whether that's a good service or bad service, like your Lexus, you got bad service. At least you are having a clear bill of goods. At least you have a trail of accounting, right? With the
they still take advantage. I think big corp is no different. I think government is a big corporation.
Aaron, you can choose to not purchase from a big corporation. You can't choose to not pay taxes, which are then filtered and defrauded and going into all terrible sources and back to these politicians' pockets. You can't choose to not do that. You can choose to boycott a business. You can choose to not shop and go where your wallet goes. One, the government also tries to gain the monopoly on force. A capitalism society, a business won't fucking shoot you for not buying their goods. They won't. What the government does is they use force, they use prison, they steal your money, they lie about it, they block audits, they literally divide people. Businesses are out to make money and they sell product. They take money, give you goods and services. The government,
I don't agree. I think big corp in particular, I think big corp is a facade where we think we have a choice, but you basically can't go through a week without having to use big corp. You have to.
Yeah,
in a
well, we're
city.
not an agrarian society anymore. You know, if you need a smartphone, you need a computer, you need a
Right.
TV. Yeah.
And then if you need the road, because you do need a road to drive, the government does pave the road. Yes, some of the money goes to bad things, some to good things.
90%
It's no
of the money's
different.
wasted. Yeah.
Big Corp, to me,
You can't say it's
big, and,
okay, you know,
and Big
all right,
Corp
sorry.
is in business with
Aaron.
the government.
Aaron.
So Lex, you don't think all these big corporations, I know some of which you've worked with before, so maybe you have to defend it more. I don't, because fuck them all. They are in business with the government too, and they fund so that the government will do things so they can help Big Corp.
Aaron,
And we're pawns.
no, Aaron, at least big businesses, yes, you can't live without them. But here's the thing, at least they provide a level of service and you know what you're getting.
The government does more to me than Lexus.
Aaron,
the government at least
wastes
paves the roads.
The government
It
wastes
makes it
90
so you have
cents
like
of every dollar. Dude, they waste 90 cents of every fucking dollar. It's an insane ratio, dude.
the fact you're
It's an
defending
insane
Big Corp
ratio.
over the government when they're both kind of the same idea.
I would happily burn one to the ground. Happily. So
I said
that
burn it all to the ground. Well, here, can I tell you another thing? Because
Sure.
something exciting happened.
Sure.
And as always, we want your thoughts on any of our debates and discussions. But Rohit, something cool happened. I have the opportunity to have an interview with the President of the United States.
An AI interview?
No. I got an email, just like you were talking about Karen Bass sending emails. I got an email from Donald Trump's campaign saying, "Do you have time for an interview with me?" And then there's a button that says yes and a button that says no. And then it says, "Aaron, I've only got a minute to spare. Do you think Republicans will hold their congressional majority this November?" And then it has a big thing that says, "Start interview with Trump." Rohit, would you like me to click on that button?
Yeah, please.
So I'm starting my interview with Trump. Now it's a survey. It says
With a
Trump
donation button.
interview survey with a bunch of questions. It's like 4 questions about the midterms. And then at the bottom, it says, will you fight for the House and the Senate majority? And it says yes, MAGA, or no. And then I have 59 minutes and 33 seconds, and the clock is counting down for me to give $26, $47, because Kennedy is the 47th president, 100, 250, 500, 1,000, 3,300, or other. And then my contribution will benefit Operation Never Surrender.
Okay, well, make sure that I think you can deduct it, political donations. I'm not sure though. So when you give that donation,
you can deduct some of it, but the big thing is I was about to click out of the email and then a new thing comes that says, wait, before you go, stand with Trump. I am President Trump, but I need all the support I can get. Will you make a personal sacrifice today to stand with Trump? Hell no. I'm not giving you shit. So, Ro, what do you think? How's that? My interview, how did it go?
It's just, I think it's so nice to be able to, have a one-on-one connection with the leader of the free world. And I'm really envious of you, dude.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. So with that, Rohit, do you want to play a game?
Yes.
We like
Always.
games. So this is the game of who do you think said what? We played it a little bit before. This goes with the government and how I think it's all a fraud. And these people think they're way more in cahoots than you think. They think a lot of the same things way more than they had let on. And it's a whole system meant to control.
It's a uniparty. Yeah.
It's basically like Democrat, Republican, when you think of really what they're doing, and it's not that different.
No,
I mean,
they're all
Trump's
scum.
gone a little more extreme, obviously, with some of this stuff, and it's been bad. But overall, the basic things are the same. So, ready? Here's a quote. The government should take an ownership stake in a strategically important private company. Your choices are Trump, Biden, Obama, or Bernie Sanders.
Is that a verbatim quote?
Yes,
Sanders.
you're right. No, you're not right at all. It's Trump.
Wow. What
Ready?
company was he talking about?
I'm not even sure. I could go to that, but I didn't
Yeah,
lay
let's
it
keep
out.
going.
I didn't
Yeah,
lay it out with the specifics.
Yeah.
This is another one. He opposed a foreign takeover because an important American company should remain American-owned.
Vance.
Well, it isn't Vance. It isn't Trump. It's Joe Biden.
Okay.
All right, ready? Another one. A worker shouldn't be prevented from leaving one company and joining its competitor.
What are the options again?
Obama, Trump, Biden, or Bernie Sanders?
Obama.
Oh, or Bush. No, it's Joe Biden. So there you were close. Here's a good one. The government should rescue a private company if letting it fail could threaten the entire economy.
That's probably Bush.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're getting it.
Yeah.
But couldn't it sound like it could be any of them?
Sure. Absolutely. I mean, even if you look at like the way some of these previous guys where they ran on the economy or immigration in the past, like you're like, oh, that's a far right wing thing, or it's a far left wing thing, depending on like what the topic is. It's just, yeah, it's all theater. It's all theater.
The stock market doesn't always solve the problem.
Bernie, definitely.
That's what you would think. George Bush.
Interesting.
And one more, because we could go on, and I think it's proving a point. The government should use taxpayer money to create jobs for American workers.
That's Trump.
Joe Biden.
Interesting.
So the point is, you could fool people, and I guarantee you, have someone who's MAGA on or someone who's super left on read a bunch of things that I say is left and it's actually Trump, or read a bunch of things that I say is Trump but it's actually AOC, and they'll agree with all of them because
100%.
you say it's the label.
Identity politics.
Identity politics, which is what we live in.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Good
point.
Good
Point
segment.
proven.
Yeah,
Good game.
I like that. Yeah.
All right, so now Rohit, let's see. I have another story. Are you ready?
I'm always ready.
Remember we talked a while ago, we had a little debate about if money buys you happiness.
Yes.
And what was your answer?
Yes.
And why?
Because you can literally buy things that make you happy, and you can buy comfort and safety and security, and you can buy opportunity, and you can even buy the ability to help and lift other people up with your money. You can buy predictability. You can buy puppies. You can buy food for those that need it. Yes, to me, money can absolutely and does buy happiness.
So is there an amount of money that you think is enough? Where you're like, okay, that would make me happy.
I think it goes to by a personal level and how much impact I want to have on myself and other people. I think that can scale depending on the person's dreams and goals. For me, I would be very comfortable and happy maybe with 40, 50 million. And because that would then let me kick off some of my prototype something that I wanted to do in a really good way. It would let me make some sound investments in places that I thought were both strategic and also good for the world. I'd be able to buy some homes. I'd be able to take care of my parents and their age. Yeah, I think 40, 50 million.
All right, so now I'll tell you a story. And I agree. Obviously, there's some middle ground. Money can help. And if you don't have enough, maybe you won't feel as content, though I've met some of the richest people in the world and some of the poorest people in the world. And a lot of times the poor people are far happier than the rich people.
Yes. And I think that the key word is money can, not money does.
Right. That's true. Because here's an example. Yesterday, I was meeting with someone who's very successful, works for a big company. And here's what he told me. And we were sitting at a restaurant. He said, growing up, starting when I was like 18, I said, I have to get to this amount of money and then I'll be happy. And then he got to that amount of money and he wasn't happy. And then he said, well, now, and kind of said the same things as you. And then he said, well, no, I need to get to this amount of money and then I'll be happy. Wasn't happy. Then it kept going. And then he said, and one day at work, pretty recently, I did something big. I can't say what it is, but I did something big. And they gave me a check for $500,000 that day. And he's like, thought that was a lot of money. And he sent a picture to his mom to show her, like, and he'll be able to, obviously you get that much money in one day, you can give some to your parents, like you were saying and stuff. And he said for 1 or 2 days, he felt like that ego or that pride or whatever it was. And then 2 days later, he felt the exact same that he did when he was 18. And then I said to him, all right, well, if this isn't doing it for you, the money part, then what does it for you? What makes you happy? And he answered it pretty quickly. He said, experiences. He said, right now, me talking to you, having this conversation is more enjoyable than any amount of money I make. And he would trade all of that's not credit to me. If anything,
was he trying to hook up?
No. If anything, it should show how simple it is. Literally me at a restaurant was more enjoyable to him than getting $500,000. And I said, so what do you like then? Like what other things? He said, going to events, being around people, having conversations that help people, having conversations where I feel heard, going to a concert. He said, going out to eat, to restaurants. He just said basic things where he's with people. That's what does it for him. And I just thought it was very telling and a good little story. And a true story.
I don't disagree. Money can buy experiences too. Just saying.
It can, but it's really not as much about the experience as it's the people you're with. I could go to name the best thing. I've done it. Gone to some amazing events with some maybe ex-girlfriends. Haven't had very much fun.
Yeah. I mean,
then I've gone to just sit at a bar, a park, and just met a new person, and that was more memorable than the big, expensive experience.
I mean, here's the thing. I don't even know if people are necessarily need to be involved in it, to be honest. And like,
no, we can be on our own.
Yeah, like
it's whatever you want.
Some of my best experiences, and like whether it's been in like the just north of the Syrian border, driving around by myself and kind of like sleeping in a cave and all that kind of shit. Like it was a nice cave.
You're experiencing the world. You were like one with a place.
Yeah. But like, there's been like, it's, you're right. I'm not gonna deny. Yeah. I think you're right. Experiences are what our memories are, not our bank accounts. Our memories are the experiences that come either from our bank accounts or from the people we're with, or what. You are rich with memories. You can't take anything to the grave. I get that. But you can, I do think that there's a balance. I do think that if you lack means, you all of a sudden you're not able to experience or enjoy as much else because you have you have to like meet Maslow's hierarchies for real, right? And if you're not taking care of your base level needs, and happiness is somewhere along the entire spectrum.
Relative. Base level needs is totally relative too, because like when I was in Brazil last year, and I went to some very poor areas, very poor people, don't have much. You would think, how could I survive? They were so happy. They were at like these places where there was just outdoor dancing, and they were happier than many Americans I see who have a lot, and a fancy restaurant in Beverly Hills.
Yeah, it's like when I go to the movies and I don't do like a Dolby or IMAX screening. I go to like a normal one. Like, I just like see how the people live.
You're so relatable.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, well, let's keep going. I like where we're at, and I've got one for you that is going to be the hope of the year for you.
Oh, what do we got?
And then we'll do hope in 60. Rohit, there's a thing I do every day, every morning, because as we know, I think the news is bullshit. So every morning I go onto my AI, like Gemini or Chat, and I say, I would like, in the last 48 hours, discoveries and news that is positive about science, medicine, and entertainment. And I do it every morning. And I say, just the last 48 hours. I don't want to know any long-term story. Just what happened around the world in the last 48 hours. And I usually get like 10 things just because that's all I have time for. And it's amazing how creating the news that you want to hear instead of the news you're force-fed really starts your day off well. And it's also more true. You're not going to be told that roller coaster track goes backwards when it doesn't. You're actually learning this is science stuff. This is from documented journals and things like that. That it collects from lots of sources. It's awesome. So today I got one, Rohit, that's for you. From all over the world, good news. Wales, the country of Wales, is set to become the first place in the world where politicians could face jail time for knowingly lying during election campaigns.
Aw, that's so great.
Yeah.
Aw. Wait, it's only jail time?
So far. The law was approved, and so now they have to,
Honestly, baby
election.
steps. It's baby steps. And somebody has to take that first step. Hopefully it's the first step of 1,000 miles of severity of punishment. But
would you walk 1,000 miles if I could just save you?
I would walk 10,000 miles to take this law about a mile further.
Because I would walk 1,000 miles if I could just save you.
Yes.
So anyway, I just wanted to, this is good news of the day. This is a newer segment, good news of the day. So Rohit, are we ready for some Hope in 60?
And I would say that's probably a good idea because that's what people want to tune in for. That's why they're here. So Aaron, let me start that timer.
Do you want to go first or should I?
All right, I'll kick it off.
All right.
This is an easy one. You're going to have to tap the link when I tell you to.
Okay.
Okay. Let me start the timer and here we go. Are Nancy Mace's tattoos hot?
All right, I'm checking on the link. Who's Nancy Mace again?
She's now a former Republican politician. She did not win her reelection. And then she went and just got 2 full sleeves of tattoos. But you can tap the link.
All right. So Nancy Mace, who I didn't know who you were until right now, the new tattoo thing shows that, yes, politicians can also have massive identity crises.
Yeah.
And I guess her losing her election, because she looks also very angry. She looks like a Karen. And her tattoos are just like, it's like when people have to do movies and they get a bunch of fake tattoos put on to play a part. She looks like that. It's like, look, now I'm tattoo woman. But she, like, her face looks one of those heavy, angry people faces. So no, fail. She doesn't look good.
So smash or pass?
Pass.
I'm smash. Okay.
Well, maybe for the story, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Over to you.
All right. A Cuban man got a tattoo that says Trump on it on his arm, a massive tattoo. Giant in 2024 to support Trump. Now, do you know what happened to this guy?
Oh, he got deported.
He got deported. ICE got him deported.
Honestly, though,
Where's hope?
It's like the right-wing equivalent of adding pronouns to your bio. And like, he wants
You don't get deported for that. Like the guy he supported.
Maybe you should.
Deported him. He literally, he's got to go to Cuba with a Trump tattoo. And when someone says, "Oh, you like Trump?" He's like, "Well, yeah, but he deported me."
He can just add like a fuck above it or whatever it is. But to be honest, it's of the people getting deported, I'm actually impressed. I think he should get reconsidered because he's taking initiative in order to assimilate with that tattoo. And I really think it's an upstanding thing. So
it's amazing. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And look, he's going to stand out in Cuba.
Yeah, it's like when you go to New York and like there's all these people begging for money. Like I'm more likely to give them money if they're doing tricks or like playing a guitar or some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So he could be like the Trump tattoo guy. He could be like reveal it. His sleeve can come slowly up on the street with a hat in front of him to raise money, and he's like, "Look, I will now make a Trump tattoo come on my arm.
Yeah.
Ooh, give me a quarter."
Yeah, it could be his busker gig. All right, I think you got one more, right? Or two more?
Yeah, one more.
One more. And
So
let's go.
There is a guy I know named KCRW Kramer. He's a KCRW.
Is that his Christian name?
Yeah, basically. And so he put up a thing by the it says it's on Billboard magazine that says major labels will only require 6 pre-meetings to discuss what will be talked about in a meeting. And this actually gave me a lot of hope and hopelessness, because I think it's brilliant. I think all that corporate meeting stuff is so stupid. People have meetings to discuss meetings, to have more meetings, to do meetings, so that everyone can be employed and keep a job when they don't really get anything done. What I love about this is it's amazing parody.
Yeah. I mean, it's straight out of Dilbert 1994, but it rings true.
I want to get to submissions.
Yes.
We have a few. So are you ready? I'm pulling them up.
Oh, I'm ready.
So let's see. The first one is from Chelsea from LA. Here's what she said. This was in response to episode 200. She said, you mentioned that college and the education system now is, in a sense, teaching young folks to be divided and hate certain ideas, people, etc. And if we have different views from the majority or others, then we're labeled as a bad person, quote unquote, or we think wrong. Your friend, Rohit, mentioned something after that I liked. The overall message I got was that the way society is set up now, it divides us because we're labeling, categorizing people, and so forth, which causes these divisions in society. And that leads to hate and problems we're experiencing as a whole. I 100% agree with that. I liked your Comic-Con snippet because it showcases that people may have different interests, hobbies, and personalities, but that doesn't make us different or atypical from the norm. You tied it really well into the concept of neurodiversity. Yeah.
Wow, Chelsea. First of all, thank you, number one, for one of the first nice letters we've gotten in a while.
Yeah, I know, right?
But that was really
thoughtful,
well stated.
right?
And she stated it better than we did too.
I know.
So good job, Chelsea.
Isn't it isn't that nice?
That is really, I'm like really, really touched. That's really nice.
And so thank you, Chelsea. And then now we have a more typical submission. This is Steven from Canada. How the fuck does Vlad Guerrero light the world on fire in the playoffs in the World Baseball Classic and then suck?
Bro. Okay. And this is Steven, you said?
Yes.
Steven, would you say that Vlad or Cal Raleigh has been a bigger disappointment this year?
Oh, Cal Raleigh, because he had like 60 homers last year, and I think he has what, 10?
Yeah, dude. And he's got like batting under, like, and
but Vlad, you expect more. Vlad's like the bigger name.
Yeah. And Vlad and Cal is only 1 year of actual like elite performance ever.
Vlad's been good.
He's a young guy.
6 years. Or something.
And his dad was rad. So like,
So how can we give him hope?
Oh, I can give him hope. Wait, where in Canada do you say he's from?
Toronto.
Okay, so he won't find much hope from this. But the Montreal Expos, which still has an active Twitter account.
Really?
They roasted the Dodgers. And let me pull up the exact tweet. And Aaron is a massive Dodgers diehard since the day he was born. But their tweet was, working to bring back the Expos is temporarily on hold while we start up several life insurance companies. And yeah, this is related to,
the fact that the owner of the Dodgers is a giant schmuck. But he's no different. Like, he's friends with Trump. They have all this money. They don't do good things with the money. Like, these people, they're all, a lot of them seem like the same. It's like they're just mirror images. It's like, of course he is. Of course he's scammed people.
Yeah. Oh, Aaron, I do have a hope.
Yeah.
To end with our show.
Let's end with.
Yeah. So we're going to end with a hope fulfilled. And Aaron, this is about scalpers. Okay. This past week, I waited an hour and 30 minutes in a queue to get tickets to Dune Part 3 in IMAX 70mm. I got the absolute worst seats, but I got seats, like the absolute worst seats you can get in the theater. But I'll be going. But there's scalpers are putting tickets $500, $600, $700, some $1,000, right?
No
for
way.
a movie. Yes.
Really?
And this is the CEO of AMC. This is what he tweeted 1 hour ago after we started the show. He says AMC movie ticket scalpers above face price. If you're selling your tickets above face price, to protect all our guests, your scalping days are numbered. We are monitoring eBay and other sites. We will do our best to cancel your tickets and close your stubs account. It's a violation of our ticketing terms. So they'll never be able to buy tickets again, like from AMC. Like they're canceling.
That is incredible.
Right, dude? Good for you, AMC Movie Corporation. Good job, Adam.
That gives me more hope because also I had a deal with AMC pre-COVID and I hated them and they kind of screwed us over. And I've been mad at them ever since a little bit, even though I go to their movies. Yeah. And like I even for a month, as you know, was like before Nicole Kidman, it was me talking like to come to the movies and stuff. And so I hated them because they totally screwed us over. This gives me hope personally that AMC is on the right track. So thank you.
Hell yeah, dude. That's sick.
And let's end with that. So thank you for listening. He's Vohit for Rohit. I'm the Aaron Wolf. Go to our YouTube. We have all this cool stuff popping up there now. The Hopeless Show YouTube and Hopeless Show handle on all socials. And if you've liked this show, do the buttons and the likes and the subscribes. Share it with your friends. We assume you have friends unlike Rohit and I. We just have each other.
Yeah, that's it.
And until next week, hope is dope.
When the world seems cold and bleak and you just can't take it anymore, here it comes, that glimmer of hope. A light shines through the door. It's the Hopeless Show with Aaron and Rohit. Whoa, it's the Hopeless Show.